Okay, the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So in this triangle, you have 10 feet and 24 feet, so they go in, and 10 is a and 24 is b. So then and then so you get 100 and 576, but you still don't have c, and then, so you add those together, 676, and then you square root that to get c, and c is 26.
So for SOHCAHTOA, SO is sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse. CA is cosine, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. And TOA is tangent, which is opposite over adjacent. So for this triangle, you would use cosine because you're given the hypotenuse and you're looking for the adjacent. So cosine 35, which is the angle, equals x, which is the adjacent and what you're trying to find, over 30 inches. Once you put that into your calculator, you do cosine 35, and then after the parentheses, you do 30. That equals 24.57, which is this side.
To find an angle, you use inverse trig. So for this triangle, we're going to use tangent, which is opposite over adjacent. So in your calculator, you plug in second tan, and then parentheses 56 divided by 33, and you get your answer, which is 59, which is the angle.
So for the beginning of this, we're just going to try to find the hypotenuse here, but we'll also find the area at the end. So 39 plus 60 plus 81 is 180, which is the total degrees you're supposed to have in a triangle. So to find this, you would do, which is the opposite, you would do tan, which is opposite over adjacent. So tan 39 equals x over 38, which is 30.77. So 30.77 is the height of this triangle. Next, we're going to find x here. So we'd use tan also, which is opposite over adjacent. So 30.77 divided by tan 60 equals 17.77, which is this x. Next, to find the x that we were looking for, you would use sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse. So 30.77 divided by sine 60 is 35.53, which is x. Now, to find the area, you would add these two bases, which are 38 plus 17.77, which is 55.77. Then you would multiply that by 30.77, which is the height, which is 1,716, divided by 2, which is 858.02, the total area of the triangle.
Okay, so to find the area of a shape with 5 sides or more, use multi-step trig. And for this one, we're going to solve for a hexagon. So a hexagon has 6 sides. The first thing you do is you draw a circle around the middle where all of the points meet. Then, so this circle is 360 degrees. So then you divide that by how many sides there are. So there are 6 sides, which means this angle right here is 60 degrees. So you take this whole triangle right here, and you bring it over here. So now you have the 60-degree angle from right here, and your bottom is 50 centimeters in this example. So this whole triangle is 180 degrees. So you take 180 and so you subtract 60 from it, and so that gives you 120, and then you divide 120 by 2 so you can get the other two angles, and since this is an equilateral triangle, all of your angles are 60 degrees. Okay, so then you split your 50, so then you draw a line in the middle, and then you split your 50 centimeters in half, so now you have 25 over here and 25 over here, and now you have 2 right triangles. This is where the trig comes in. Okay, so you do tangent 60, which is just one of these angles, divided by 1 equals x over 25, which is just this side here, and that equals 43. And then you put the 43 and that ends up being this middle line right here. So then you take the whole bottom line and you multiply 43 by 50, which was the whole number of this bottom line. But then you divide it by 2 and you get 1075, and that equals the area of just the one triangle that you solved up here. And then you multiply that by 6 because that's how many sides there are, and you get 6,450 centimeters for the area.
To find the area of squares or rectangles, you do base times height. So for this, you do 13, which is the base, times the height, which is 4. 13 times 4 equals 52 inches squared. To find the area of a triangle, since it's half of a square, you would do area equals base times height divided by 2. In this triangle, the height is 11, 5 is the base, so 5 times 11 equals 52. 55 divided by 2 equals 27.5 inches square.
Okay, to find the volume of a rectangular solid, you do length times width times height. So the length times the width times the height. So 24 times 6 times 30 equals the volume, and the volume is 4,320 inches cubed. And then to find the surface area of a rectangular solid, you do 2 length times width, 2 length times height, and 2 width times height. So we do 24 times 30 twice, 24 times 6 twice, and 30 times 6 twice. So 24 times 30 twice is 1,440. 24 times 6 twice is 288. And 30 times 6 twice is 360. And then you add those all together and you get 2,088 inches squared.
To find the volume of a cylinder, you do pi times radius squared times height. 3.14 is pi, 4 is the radius, and 12 is the height. So you do 3.14 times radius squared versus 16 times 12. 50.24, which is 3.14 times 16 times 12, is 602.88 inches cubed, which is the volume of this cylinder. Using the same cylinder to find surface area, the equation is 2 times pi times radius times height plus 2 times pi times radius squared. 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 4, times 12, which is the height, is 301.44. To that, you add 2 times pi times the radius squared, which is 16, and that equals 148. 100.48. You add 301.44 and 100.48 together, and that's 401.92 inches squared, which is the surface area of the cylinder.
Okay, to find the area of a circle, it's pi r squared. So for this one, our radius is 6. So 3.14 times 6 squared. So it's 3.14 times 36. So 3.14 times 36 is 113.04 inches squared. And then to find the area of a trapezoid, you do base 1 times base 2 divided by 2 times height. So this is base 1 and this is base 2 and this is the height. So we plug that in, so it's 22 times 15 divided by 2 times 8. So we have 330, which is 22 times 15, divided by 2, multiplied by 8. And then, so 330 divided by 2 is 165, multiplied by 8 gives us 1,320 inches squared.
I've been thinking about us, and you know I ain't good at this stuff, but these feelings piling up won't give me no rest. This might come out a little crazy, a little sideways, yeah maybe. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I'll do my best. You'll be my soft and sweet, I'll be your strong and steady. You'll be my glass of wine, I'll be your shot of whiskey. You'll be my sunny day, I'll be came out a little country, but every word was right on the money. And I got you smiling, honey, right back at me. Now hold on, 'cause I ain't done. There's more where that came from. Well, you know I'm just having fun.